channel. It's been a while though. Listen, I have a good explanation. It's actually really good. So I've had a summer that, how would I describe it? Let's just say it pulled a lot on my emotions, and I just needed time to, kind of get myself balanced and, you know. So, being away from home, I don't get to work out as much as I usually do, in my normal life. So I just got back and basically detox my entire being, get back to my kind of healthy eating, kind of drinking my gallon of water per day and exercising 5 times per week, that type of thing. So, I'm back to there. So, anyhow, I got a message from a friend back home. This is somebody who I used to work in the same industry with, and she's thinking about coming to Japan. So she asked me to do a comparison between my life in Jamaica and my current life in Japan, to include, just you mental space, finances, what is it like, can you manage, blah blah blah, that type of thing. And after she sent me the question and I responded to her, I thought it would have been a good thing to vlog about, because I think there are so many people who want to make whatever move, but you're not sure because you haven't gotten the testimonials, or you haven't got the opinions, the comparisons from people who are actually doing it. So I thought it would make sense to post the question in one of our groups that we have here in Japan. It's a group of black women, many black women from all over the world. We're part of a group, so I posted the question to them, asking, how do you compare your life to Japan and your home country? We're talking Nicaragua, Nigeria. These ladies are from everywhere. So it was really good, to get the perspective of other women, so I can share it with people. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to basically share some of the comments that I received from the ladies about their lives before Japan and their lives now in Japan, and then you can see if you're trying to make a move, transition to somewhere else, then you can see what these ladies have said, and then hopefully that can help you to make the decision better. For me, like I've said in previous vlogs, my finances are better. Even though I earn less here than I did in Jamaica, my finances are still way better. My mental space, I've never been in this space mentally, so I don't even know what to compare it to. It's just the highest level that I think I could be at this point. There are higher levels to go, but like I'm so comfortable with where I'm at mentally, my strength. In terms of my health, I never knew I wasn't healthy, because to me, I've always exercised, I've always gone to the gym. But then being in Japan and being around people who live a certain type of healthy lifestyle and wanting to adopt that to a certain extent, I don't want to become like Japanese, because most of them are really tiny. I don't want to do that. But joining a group of ladies who run, and I never knew I needed running in my life. I became a runner, and after becoming a runner, I lost like 23 pounds and gained muscles. When I walk up the stairs, I'm no longer breathing heavy. My heart is no longer racing. All those, I never knew I was not healthy. And that's because I'm in an environment, where you're forced, or not even forced, but you're encouraged to change certain aspects of your lifestyle. Cost of living here is very, very high. Cost of living in Japan is extremely high. But if you know how to properly manage yourself and budget, you'll be more than okay. Many of us, for example myself, we're from countries where we had a certain lifestyle to maintain in our previous job. But coming to Japan, you don't need to do that, because for example, I've been teaching here, I'm in my 5th year, and I've been wearing like the eight set, which are like slacks and shirts. I've been wearing the same things for like I have 8 sets that I've been wearing for the past 5 years, and 4 years, 4 into 5th year. And the environment is comfortable. You don't have to think about spending money to maintain that part of your lifestyle. I do get dressed up sometimes and hang out with my girls, and we have a wonderful time, but this is not something that we do often. Back home for me, there's always something to do, somewhere to go, some event to attend, and maintaining these lifestyles are costly. While here, you don't have to do that. For some people, they may say that their peace of mind is affected because Japan is a very lonely country. It's extremely lonely. But that's if you are somebody who is not accustomed to that, or if you think you want to venture out into a life where, okay, as it is now, I'm so reliant on people and I want to learn to just do away with that. If you think you are strong enough to attempt that, then a country like Japan is perfect for you to build that area of your life. So yeah, guys, that's just me. My life here is way better than it was in Jamaica, but I miss my family, I miss my friends, I miss my culture, I miss my country. I just miss the spirit of Jamaica and what it represents. I miss that. And I don't even know if I appreciated my country when I was there as much as I do here. Like, some of the things I see culturally that's so different, it's like appalling. But then I chose to come to this country, so I don't think I'm gonna come here and complain and cuss, and no. This is the way they live. When my girls and I get together, we laugh and we talk about whatever, and you get like, it's like the best therapy ever if you ever need that. So here are some of the responses from the ladies. I asked them to compare their lives. You will have to read. I'll read it for you, okay? Because I'm a nice person, okay? Yeah. So I'm gonna read some of the responses. There's a lot, so I'm just gonna filter through some of them and post them here. But this video, as I said before, if you want to make a transition into Japan or any other country, hopefully these responses will somewhat aid you in that decision. And yeah, y'all. So this was the question I posed to the ladies. I asked them to give a comparison of their life here to that back home, and I asked for examples. Response from a Jamaican. She says, in between, leaning towards the worst side. In terms of access and convenience in Japan, if you want to live comfortably, you have to pay for literally everything. She's saying where she's from. If you rent a house, parking is free. If you go to a restaurant, you have to use their parking. So I'd say, she said, in terms of convenience, her little rock is better. So this queen says, I'm in between. It's a more peaceful environment for me. The USA is just noisy and it's just so much extra stuff I have to deal with than to be here. But the USA to me is cheaper than Japan. I can definitely attest to Japan being way too expensive. Another queen says, socially, same level, career-wise, stagnating here. Financially, I met most of my goals that I came here for. Came here with money on my mind. Now, even though cash may be tight until I get my next job, I'm ready to leave. Okay, so my bank account is bigger, but my overall health, diet, hair, and social interactions are worse. Like, yeah, we black girls have hair, especially in Japan, have lots of hair problems, lots of hair stories. This crazy girl says, I am 10 times done, sir, and my critical thinking skills are waning. From your hair done, sir, that's Jamaican, right? Listen, I feel I hardly know how to socialize anymore or express myself verbally. I have never been one for socializing, but at least I did it enough back home to sustain relationship. Now there's just isolation and my social skills are negative. It's peaceful here. Transportation is always on time and drama free on train rides. No guns. 5-year-olds can walk alone. It's the small things like picks of food through the window, vending machine, hot and cold drink, bowing and saying, showing respect, stuff like that. However, I hate shopping for clothes. I feel like I have to be petite to fit anything. Guess that's motivation to lose weight. I would visit the States, but stay here. I have a lot more financial freedom over here than I did in England, minus the tax restraints. But I feel more frustrated here than I did in England. Nobody cared what I did back home. I moved here almost right after college, so my life in America was really, really different and not filled with so many responsibilities. I'd say it's the same way for me. Easier to get around and I can live cheap. I was born, grew up, and lived in Southern California for 45 years. I own my home there. The list I no longer have to deal with. My living situation in Japan is cheaper. The food portions are smaller and sold smaller in Japan. I don't like that. It's super clean and safe where we now live. In California, my husband started getting hassled by the police. All that to say, I can live on a lot less money out in Japan. And she gives a list of the things she no longer has to deal with now that she's here. So this queen says, my life here could never come for what I have back home. My happiness, better health, more money, better job. I just wish I knew this coming in. I would never come here in the first place. Good advice to new people. Okay, I went straight from college to Japan to work, but I'm sure I have more job stability here than in the US. Many of my friends at home have moved around and changed jobs a lot in the past 5 years, while I've been at the same job here, and my job has been helping me grow. Okay, so financially it's better here and less work. The cons, I've become aggressive because of the stupidity that abounds. It's lonely and my hair fell off. Financially, it was better, but I was unhappy, miserable, and I felt stuck. I'd say it's gotten better, although there are some tough trials that I go through here, especially financially and socially. I'm glad that I'm actually living. I've learned so much through these trials and I'm growing as a person. Had I stayed home, I'd be in more debt and living a comfortable life that would cuddle me. I wouldn't have been able to learn how to live on my own or face my own trials without my family trying to step in all the time. Living a life too comfortable doesn't help me grow. Sure, if I went back, I could be around people I know, not have to learn another language to survive, not to go through so many hoops to get things done. But would I have grown or learned to become the independent person I am now? A lot better. My mental health is a lot better. I have a lot more freedom due to being able to walk around and take public transportation everywhere. I have a fantastic job with a lot of opportunities. It ain't perfect, but I'm thriving a lot more than I would be if I was in the US. If I could combine the two, maybe it would be perfect. I don't think one place was worse than the other, as they both have near fatal flaws, in my opinion, that make me not want to be in either place. I will say though that since being home, my health has improved a ton and I've lost a lot of weight. Okay, last one. I had much less money in Nicaragua, but my stress level was very low and I wasn't working overtime, nor was I expected to work overtime. The education system is much better here in Japan, and overall, the importance of education is really instilled in students. As an educator, I appreciate this aspect of Japan as compared to home. The classroom home were very run down and teachers were not well trained in their subject. There are like 50 to 80 students in a classroom meant for 30 students, and I know this is like a common educational issue in developing countries. Okay, that's it, guys. It's a weekend, so I'm gonna be Netflixing for the rest of the evening. What time is it now? It's like 4:30, so Bye guys. I send lots of love and light and peace and happiness, because hey, that's what life is about, right? Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you got some insights, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. If you want to put a thumbs up or leave a comment, whichever, you know. Yeah. Okay. Bye.